Okay, so probably you know what an ocean is. I mean, everyone knows what the ocean is, right? And you've probably heard of sharks, and if you're a big shark fan, you've probably heard of the megalodon. And it was, and I don't really need to I don't really need to introduce it to y'all because it's a really famous shark. It's like this massive 50-foot shark. But now it's extinct. But did it evolve to live on land? That's pretty unlikely, because we haven't even seen it. Because if it evolved to live on land, it would be crawling around on sidewalks, eating people or dogs or like raccoons, But no, there is a fish called the mud skipper. It's like a fish that lives on land. You're probably saying that's probably the evolved megalodon. Well, no, it's not. Because if megalodon evolved to live on land, it wouldn't even look like a fish at all. And another reason why the mud skipper isn't the evolved megalodon that so unlikely doesn't live on land. Like, it isn't the evolved megalodon because the mud skipper, it can't. Because let me tell you something. Well, on Bright Side, no, it wasn't Bright Side. It was the Be Amazed YouTube channel where they posted a video called "Strange Things Found in the Woods." You might have seen it up there. So, and if you have seen it, one of the top on the top. I think it was the top 5 on the list. It was a dead whale in a forest. So of course you know that Be Amazed, it's a video about what the sound whales fear, and it is military practices with submarines, underwater. And that gets whales going to the shallow waters, and their echolocation doesn't work very good, so they end up getting beached, and people have to get a bucket of water and dunk it on the whale so the whales can be nice and cool. And but how would a whale get beached in a forest? Did something go around, went to the beach, sunk its teeth on the whale and walked and brought it to a forest and just left it there? That's pretty possible. But again, it could have been a hurricane, but around that time there weren't any hurricanes, and hurricanes can't reach from an ocean to a forest all the way over there, so it's kind of unlikely. So could the megalodon be in the Earth's core, barely ever going out to get whales that are beached, eating them in the forest, and sometimes even leaving the whales in the forest? Well, it's pretty unlikely. We would have probably seen a shark going around and eating whales, putting them into forests. It's likely that the megalodon is still alive in the water, but on land, not so possible. Because the Bible says animals don't evolve, because when creation happened, all the animals were in that one garden, so they didn't actually evolve, but they were related. There were species. So could there be a species of megalodon that's unknown? Because if you heard the story, Jonah and the whale and the fish, he doesn't want to go to Nineveh. He escapes from God, and boom, he's on a boat, and then the sailors realize he runs away from God, and he gets swallowed by a whale. Some people say it's a whale. Some people say it's a big fish that scientists haven't discovered, and since it's so long, since Bible stories happened so long ago, the species could be extinct. It could be the Leviathan, a giant sperm whale with teeth that could even kill a megalodon. But why would it just spit out Jonah? That doesn't make sense. Could it be a megalodon spitting it out? Or could have the megalodon went to the shore, literally went onto the shore and spit Jonah out? So that could be a theory about why the megalodon could be on land. But I think we would have seen it by now. You know? I believe that the megalodon is still in the water, because in the story of Noah's Ark, a flood can't kill something that already lives in water. Besides the asteroid, that's some scientists that ain't Christian. They don't believe what really happened. They think a big asteroid came down, killing all the marine life. Like, boom, there it goes. Just doesn't make sense. To me, what makes sense is Noah's Ark, flood. It can't kill the megalodon. And the Bible is fact. So, there's a flood, the megalodon just goes on peacefully. But some people say after the flood of the world, in Noah's Ark time, Bible times, there was an ice age. Then how are megalodon teeth found in the North Pole? Doesn't make sense. And again, when the ice age of Noah's Ark happened, the North Pole became icy, because before it was just like normal green land. Then it became icy because of that. So, so when that happened, the whales started migrating, and Megalodon, he just died out. Yeah, that's how I think it happened. But again, what if the Megalodon migrated along with the whales? But it's so big, it's like heavier than an airplane, and as big, and it's as big as a truck, or even bigger than 3 school buses. So I'm saying, if it's so big, it's gonna have a lot of weight, and it's gonna move very slowly. So probably by the time it's already there, from its long journey and lack of food, because the whales are faster and they're already done migrating, the Megalodon, he's out of it. He's dead. And, if that happens, he is, boom. He's like a needle in a haystack. He is dead. So, but I'm trying to think of a theory that the Megalodon could still be alive. Then what has to do with all these sightings? Some people just, blame basking sharks. They think a basking shark, basking sharks ain't have no teeth. People probably sometimes mistake basking sharks or whale sharks for the long extinct Megalodon. I saw one video, it showed a big shark on shore. Some people say it's a great white, a little great white. But again, when it got close up to the shark in the video, it says Megalodon caught on camera on the video on YouTube. But it goes up close in the video, and I could see there's no teeth, and it's white on the inside with these black stripes. That's a basking shark. And if it's brown, and it has a big round head around its gills, that's a basking shark. That's a basking shark. That's not a Megalodon. And I saw one video, it's this whale shark. They said it's a Megalodon. I don't get it. You can just say, oh look, white spots, it's a whale shark. Oh look, a square head, it's a whale shark. Megalodons have a square head like this, but whale sharks have this square head, it's just a square. Megalodons had a squarish head, whereas it this, still had a point. Megalodons where it had a square head, but it still had like a pointy snout. Whale sharks just have like this. And they don't have a snout like a normal megalodon. Oh, and like I saw this video, this whale shark is like heading over to the diver. Like this diver is coming back for the boat. This whale shark knocks the diver down back into the water, but at least the diver made it. Why would a harmless whale shark that's like a plankton feeder attack a human? You know, it could be pollution, like getting into the whale shark's DNA, but man, it could be its DNA still having the same. It could be a evolved megalodon, the whale shark. It could be an evolved megalodon if it's like it rarely attacks. It's like really rare. It rarely attacks, like it's very rare. But it still has a bit, because it's rare, it's probably still having a teeny bit of megalodon DNA still in it. So the whale shark still could have megalodon DNA from its long lost cousin, the megalodon. And again, scientists thought the great white shark was a relative of the ginormous megalodon. That was proven very wrong. This guy, like back in the hundreds, he saw a megalodon tooth and claimed the results were 10,000. Megalodon went back millions of years ago, so it's basically showing it could be still alive. But that's just the old guy sailor back in the hundreds. I mean, sailors aren't the most reliable. They say there's a giant kraken taking down ships. I mean, like really, guys? I mean, it's a giant squid. Giant squids aren't 100 feet. They're like 50 feet. Really, guys? You don't see a giant squid going up from its habitat just taking down ships. Like really? Giant squids are like shorter than your average ship. I mean, like sea serpents, it's probably just some eel swimming by your boat. I mean, really, captains? I mean, but that was a long time ago. But still, I'm like, really? You know, there's the black demon of Cortez in Mexico. It's like supposed to be like a great white shark, but it's like it has a bigger tail and it's like black and it's like 50 feet, but sometimes it's like around 20 feet. Well, on History Channel, they're like going into the water. They spotted it. They saw the black demon shark, and then they're going into the water, and boom, it's a whale shark. But they still say it's not the thing hitting ships. Well, it's not the thing hitting fishermen ships. Well, their ships could be hitting it, and it feels like something is colliding with it. That's my explanation. It's just not. Then what explains eating seals? You know, it could be just some random great white shark that traveled from its normal habitat down to where in Mexico, Cortez. Great white sharks don't really roam Mexico, Cortez. So I'm saying it's not a great shark. It could be a lost one, just like carried away down into the. Yeah, it's not really. And the Discovery Channel has the megalodon thing, and it shows like this Google Earth image. It's not real because when you're on Google Earth, the Google Earth, it's computer animated until you press the button with a human on it. And when it shows the Earth, it's not computer animated, so it's just fake. And again, it's so fake because the same thing was in both. And it's on the Discovery Channel. So Discovery Channel faked it. They faked it. The Discovery Channel faked it. Actually, it wasn't. I had a mistake. It wasn't the Discovery Channel. It was a fake documentary, and they say the ship is like crashing down because of a giant supposed megalodon is killing it. It's like taking down the boat. Really, guys? I mean, they're actors. Those guys. It's fake. Like on the Real or Fake channel, it's proving that thing so darn fake. Like, really, guys? Like, that's really what you want to show us. You like there's a documentary that's already fake, that's double fake, lying. Then it shows this helicopter gonna save this guy. People believe it. They can trick people. So don't believe. When they see a documentary, Be judge. Like, judge it. Find it. Like, click an idea in your head and say, oh, look, evidence, it's fake. Oh, whatever. Walk away. You don't, you have to do that. Like, you know? And, yeah. Like, for example, the Loch Ness Monster. Oh, look, it's a neck popping out. And what if you just say, oh, whatever, it's a lock, and then you see these humps, and you're like, oh no, it's the Loch Ness Monster. That's what girls are like, promise. When they see a Loch Ness Monster, they're, yeah. But, and then it's just an eel or something, a log, humps made by a boat's motor. It could even be a fish, which some people proved it to be. They like got this fish out of Loch Ness Lake. They're like, oh, this fish could be what people are thinking. It's a giant plesiosaur. Really? Like, do people really have to believe this darn legend? Fishermen aren't. Yeah, they're just not reliable. Fishermen, and they're too experienced in all these legends, like the crack. I mean, be honest, Atlantis is just. That's like a kid's story time. Atlantis. I mean, do you really expect someone going out looking for down deep with their submarines, with their sonars and scuba diver stuff down into the deep, and getting out these artifacts that are like, artifacts that they claim is like, oh, it's Atlantis artifacts. I'm not experienced fisherman. Like, really, guys, it's just so fake. Again, like, another, like, some people say it's like a city underwater where people live underwater. Some people say it's like an island sunk into the bottom of the sea. Which one's true? None of it's true. You know, some people say it's Plato. No, it's not Plato. Plato was the second guy to actually mention Atlantis in Greek times. I'm saying, you're Greek, Roman. I mean, like really? Like, and then the other guy, there was a guy before him who mentioned Atlantis. He made it all up. And there's like stuff found in Egyptian, like stuff it's about like stuff like it's like in Egyptian times, like stuff about Atlantis. Some people say under the Sphinx paws there's like stuff about Atlantis down there, like hidden information. That theory's proven fake as well. Like, really, guys, you can make up a legend and say, like the very famous like Loch Ness photo taken by that weird guy on a boat. He's not weird, but I'm saying I'm just saying that. Yeah, it's a guy. He's like one on the boat. He's taking a photo, and yeah, he took the photo, and that was proven fake. It's like this. The neck and the head was like Play-Doh, and then under the water, just this like little submarine toy you can't see. Like, really, this famous photo is not Nessie. Give us real proof. And again, some people say, oh, look at the Kraken. He has a big body with some like wings. He can fly. Oh, well. These fishermen are not reliable. I'm saying do not believe a fisherman. Remember that video a fisherman sent me in about megalodon? It's a toy stuffed shark. I proved it wrong. I'm like, carried away. Don't rely on a fisherman. That's all I have to say. Don't rely on a fisherman. Please, guys. This is fact. Fishermen are not reliable. They're not. And yeah. Again, like, if the Kraken had wings, going around, flying up in space, or coming down to Earth, wouldn't we have been seeing it now? Militaries would go crazy. That's never happened. And there's like a real or fake snake caught by the supposed military helicopter flying. It's unknown. I'm like, it could be just some earplugs thrown down, and then from above it looks like he's flying. That's that's a giant snake. And it could be just a little, it's not a giant, it could be just some, like a, what's that? It could be just like a cobra or something that looks big from afar, you know? It's just, I'm carried away. Like, don't, again, I don't know how many times I have to say this, don't rely on the fishermen. A lot of people kill sharks. That's a movie, Jaws. That's my favorite movie, but again, don't take it so seriously that you go out killing sharks. I know it's intense, but I like it because it's intense. But some people take it so seriously. They get a great white shark cutting off its fin, saying, "I've seen the movie Jaws. Oh, it teaches me facts." But throw you back in the water without the fin. It's like fishermen. I cannot get more carried away. Like, really, fishermen? Like, you're claiming you are the most. Yeah. How could a dinosaur get into the lake? I believe in Nessie, but what I think Nessie is, it's an eel. And on History Channel, missing in Alaska, you might have seen it, but one of those things, it's like they say it's like a giant, weird shark-like dragon creature in the waters, and this guy goes missing in a kayak, blah, blah, blah. Go watch it if you want. Like, since the lake is connected with an ocean, it could be just a sleeper shark made its way over there. But in the video, it's like too big, so it could be a great white shark that's all the way in Pacific, got lost, and since that lake is connected with the ocean, it could be like the shark could have got lost in there, and it's so cold in Alaska that this shark is like dying over there, so he swims around trying to make it out. Then since there's seals over there, this great white shark goes and eats them. It's not a weird shark creature. It is like, it's a shark, guys. Or it could be just a orca. Yeah, it could be an orca. Again, that's what I believe. Because if you're someone in Legends and you prove me wrong, scrap my idea. But again, I don't think I would believe you. Let's see, it could be just some shark, weird evolved shark that evolved to a lake, But, yeah. Don't rely on a fisherman, because if you see some wood on some shark fin, and you get a spear, you could be hitting someone that's not even a real shark. I'm saying, like, this is really a water-based video because I'm trying to say legends can be fake, they can be real, and Atlantis is not an exception to fake fisherman legends. I don't know why History Channel has to believe in all this myth stuff, but I don't know. My dad didn't believe in the Nessie cotton camera by these supposed divers. To me and my dad, it's a rock. But again, what's the neck that in the photo? Well, that's probably an eel. From my description, that's an eel. Could the ocean be mistaking giant, already discovered creatures for totally undiscovered creatures by fishermen? It's really possible. It's really, really possible. I'm sorry to take all my time into this video. If you're already this guy is, and you're going over it, that's okay. But I want you to know, don't rely on a fisherman. Rely on the Bible, science, and Christian scientists, or just don't rely on legends. I'm trying to prove things wrong. I'm saying fishermen aren't smart. God loves everyone, but I'm saying they're not. They just don't. I don't know why fishermen have the idea to believe in crazy stuff, a land shark, and then it just becomes a little toy. What if we see someone drowning? Oh, that's a sea monster. No, fishermen it's just, I don't know. Just want to say, I don't think the megalodon is still alive. I believe it is, but it's not evolved. It's probably in the Mariana Trench. People think the footage is a sleeper shark, but I have to believe it's the megalodon. But just please don't believe it is not evolved. You know, the great white shark, it's not an evolved megalodon. But again, it could be because scientists proved it to not be a relative of the megalodon. And if it's not, could it be a megalodon? And again, they used tinier sharks to mimic the bite force of the megalodon. They added to it, and they did not use a great white shark. So I don't think that's possible. The megalodon is somewhere in the water, but it's not evolved. That's my theory. But all my other theories kind of proving myself wrong. But whatever the right or wrong, just don't know. Fishermen are not reliable.